So I've committed to a low buy March and April. So the way I've defined it for myself is that I am going to buy one thing in March and one thing in April should I feel the urge to purchase something. So yeah, that didn't happen. What happened instead was a lot of this. So yeah, I fucked up, I lost my way, and I reverted back to my old shopping habits and everything that I talked about in my How to Stop Shopping video. Yeah, I didn't do any of that. When I started my channel and my Build a Wardrobe You Love series, the intention was always to share my learnings and take you guys along on this journey with me as I minimize my closet and build a wardrobe I love. And it's just that. It's a journey, it's a process, and there's gonna be ups and downs, and there's gonna be slip-ups along the way, and they're important to recognize so that I can learn from them, and they're important for me to share with you guys so that hopefully you guys can learn from my mistakes and recognize a slip-up before it happens and completely steers you off course. So let's chat about some of the mistakes I've made and what I've learned from my regretful purchases. So I talked about this in my How to Stop Shopping video, and I just have to mention it again because I don't know about you, but sales are my kryptonite. Like, does the immigrant mentality run that deep in my CBC blood? Because I just cannot resist a sale. And it's not that I want to buy anything that's on sale, but if there's something that I kind of like but don't really love, I'm gonna be much more keen on purchasing it if it's on sale. I've made this mistake time and time again where I buy something because I feel it would be silly to not take advantage of a deal. But really, it's that mentality that's silly, and it feeds into this cycle of constant consumption because there's always going to be sales. Definitely don't buy sale items that you're unsure of that are final sale. So at the beginning of the pandemic, Aritzia had this site-wide 20% off sale with free shipping and free returns, and I'm sure a lot of us got suckered into that. And even though I was shopping from my wish list, a lot of those were still new items that I would have to try on in order to decide whether or not it was a style that was really suitable for me and something I'd want to keep. So because Aritzia only gives you a store credit in exchange for a sale item that you want to return, what ended up happening is that I was left with so much store credit from buying all the stuff that was on sale that didn't actually end up fitting me well. And then now I was left with all this money that I basically had to spend at their store. And so I ended up looking for things to spend it on rather than really making any intentional purchases. So if you're online sale shopping and you haven't tried on the thing that you're about to buy and there's no refund or no money back policy, my advice would be don't pull the trigger. Because I did, and honestly, it's just not worth the risk of maybe not having that thing fit you and then not being able to get your money back. Frivolously shopping sale items can easily turn into a lot of regretful purchases, and it can leave you with more money in store credit than you would have originally spent had you just bought that thing that you wanted at full price. So if you wouldn't buy it at full price, don't buy it when it's on sale. If you don't think it's worth the full priced value, then you probably don't really love it all that much, and it's probably not an intentional purchase. When you look up a minimalist or capsule wardrobe, you'll often find this concept of building a timeless wardrobe full of closet essentials. So your white t-shirt, your straight blue jeans, your leather jacket, your camel coat, and the list goes on. While I do consider some of these wardrobe essentials for me, I also think a lot of them are not. And I've realized that if it's not something that I really love and that I'm gonna wear, it's not essential for me. This type of traditional minimal wardrobe is a good starting point, and it works for some people, and I feel like it's actually a step that's hard to skip when you're minimizing your closet, because when you're doing a lot of declutters, sometimes you don't have a whole lot of clothes left. And so it's really helpful to have a bunch of basics and simple pieces that you can style together really easily. But my point is, you likely have a lot of those basic items already, so don't go trying to fill these wardrobe essentials gaps. That's what I did, and I ended up buying things that really were not essential for me. Don't go out and buy a white button-up shirt if to date you've never had a white button-up shirt. It probably means it's not really your style, it's not something you would wear, and it's not something you really like. Feeling like I need to fill these gaps in my wardrobe essentials definitely contributed to me buying a lot of things on sale that I didn't really need and didn't really love. Some of my favorite and most worn pieces are things that I've thrifted or altered myself, things that you basically would never find on some wardrobe essentials list, but are essential to me. No one can tell you what's essential for you because everyone has a different lifestyle, a different comfort tolerance, and most importantly, a unique way of expressing themselves through their clothes. So what's essential for you is not going to be what's essential for me. It's up to you to discover what suits your lifestyle and what you feel the best in and what expresses your personality the most. Which leads me to my next point. Finding your style takes experimenting, and like any process, it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't necessarily happen over a year, especially when most of that year has been spent cooped up and you don't really have anywhere to wear your outfits to anyway. I know everyone, including me, wants to get to the end result as soon as possible, but rushing the process is really what led me to make some bad decisions and regretful purchases. Like doubling down on plain t-shirts because a lot of them were on sale definitely wasn't the right call. And you can see how wanting to snag sales to fill in these wardrobe essentials gaps so that you can get to a wardrobe you love sooner doesn't end up working out, and it really doesn't help you find your style. I've realized that as much as I really do love simple, easy style, I don't feel like that's fully representative of my complete personality. Some days I want to dress a bit more feminine, and some days I want to dress a bit more edgy, and it really just depends on how I'm feeling. Everyone has different layers to their personality, and having more of a variety of styles allows me to express how I feel on different days and different vibes, and it just makes me feel better in my clothes as opposed to, having all clothes that are of the same style. So take your time. Try different things and figure out what pieces work for you, what makes you feel the best, and what makes you feel the most like you. Building off of pieces that you love are going to point you in the right direction to finding your style. There's a lot of fashion content on YouTube, on Instagram, on Pinterest, and they're all really, really great resources for outfit inspiration and style inspiration. But be careful about whether you're getting inspired or whether you're being influenced. I love watching and browsing fashion content, but I've found that when I consume content that doesn't align with my goals of minimizing my wardrobe, it always leaves me feeling like I need more. I'll see someone create an outfit, and instead of recognizing, what the key is to that outfit, whether it be the different sizes or the textures or the colors, I end up just wanting that exact outfit and those exact pieces, whether or not they really fit into my overall style and whether they're really versatile to wear with other pieces of clothing. Being influenced like this has definitely made me purchase things that are more trendy rather than long-lasting things that I feel truly represent my style. I mean, we call them influencers for a reason, but if you're on this journey to build a wardrobe you love and you want to minimize your closet, then you just have to be mindful about what you're consuming and make sure that you're not being influenced by something that doesn't align with your goals. Watching creators like A Small Wardrobe really helped steer me back in the right direction and brought me back to, what do I value and what do I want to create for myself in my life. So consume what you want to create, and as you work to find your style, be inspired by others, but not influenced. Hopefully this was somewhat helpful and you can gain some insight from the mistakes that I've made. If my style resonates with you, check me out on Poshmark. I do have a lot of barely worn clothing in really good condition that I'm selling. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one.